All right. So reminder, at this stage, you should have your topography done. Okay, as what we covered last week class. Okay, if you didn't pay attention or absent last week, please learn from the recording. Okay, in the online we did. So I will not repeat it today. So today we'll go for the next stage to make the presentation diagrams and poster. Okay, so next, so just now we cover about the side boundary line and the setback line in your plans and in your section and elevation. Okay, so next is your room tag. Okay, label all the space name. Okay, so just a quick one. How to add the space? We go to architecture, room. Then we can say place rooms automatically. So the concept is same as what we did for the ceiling last time. It detect the room based on the wall. Make sure your wall has the room bounding selected, and make sure the wall is connected. If it is not connected, for example, the outdoor, then in this case, you need to bound the area using the room separator. Then before I click place room automatically, we choose here, I want to show the metric area, the room name with the metric area. I select this, I say place room. Okay, then it will be without the room number. Okay, we don't need the room number, so don't show it. So you can click edit type and then select only the room area, no need the room number. Then you can select this is what we call the room tag and position it correctly so that is more visible. Then you can double click to rename it. Accordingly. So bathroom, you say bath 1, bath 2, bath 3, same to the bedroom. Okay, next is, let's say, here is our living, right? And here is our, maybe the kitchen. So, but it detect as one space because of the open design. So how to separate them in this case? How to separate my living and my dining or kitchen area in this case? Okay, we can use we go to architecture, the room separator here. Room separator. Okay, as you can see from the preview here, it can separate, let's say, a room into part A and part B. So I draw, let's say, the boundary at here. And maybe one more line at here. So you draw it between wall to wall. Okay, so now we try architecture, room. Yeah, so now you can see here is a different boundary here. You can click architecture room. Don't click the place room again. You already detected most of them. If I click also, it still can detect. Okay, it's good that it still can detect. So then I can name this as dining and the kitchen. Okay, how about the outdoor area? Your courtyard or your car porch. You can use the same method using the room separator. Okay, to draw the boundary. Let's say I pick line. To draw it. Okay, draw the boundary. But because most likely at the outdoor area we don't need the area to be counted, so you can use text to label it also can. Use TX text to label it also can. Okay. Unless if you want to know the area of it, then you use the room boundary to draw it, room separator. Porch. Okay, let's say some of you, your question is, sir, my text is too big. Okay. How to change the font size? For this, we can double click. Okay, we select the room tag, we click edit family. Then it brings you to this template. Okay. So here you can select the room name and change the font size. Okay. You can click edit type and change the text size accordingly. For my case, I'm using, let's say 2.0. Okay, same to the area, the square meter. Okay, the number and the square feet, you can just leave it. We don't need it. So you just change these two. Let's say if I want my room name to be bold, I can select this, edit type, and bold it. Okay. The background of it, you want it to be transparent or opaque white. Okay. So you can select, then we say okay. All the settings you can try here. You can click duplicate to duplicate the settings. Okay, once you have satisfied with it, then you can say look into project and close. Override. Then it'll be something like this. Okay. Now with the opaque background, yeah. So up to your design. Okay? As long as it is visible, presentable. For the font size and so on. Okay, up to you. So we have done it for ground floor. So you do the same for your level 1 and level 2. Same steps. And how about your section? So don't forget about your section. You have to label it as well. So for your section, what's the steps? You don't have to go to architecture and create room again because the room is already defined, let's say in your floor plans. So in sections, after you did level G, level 1, level 2, then you go to your sections, you click tag room instead of this. You just have to add the room tag. So smartly, it already detected this is your living room, this is your bath one, as you named just now. Okay, so do the same for your elevations as well. all elevations. So I give you 10 minutes now to add it in your plans and in your sections. Okay, the room tab. In section, you can just name the room. No need the area. So I say name only here. Name only. Also, check all your drawings. Let's say the plans, your elevation section. Make sure, as I mentioned just now, the annotation doesn't block. Okay, grid line is better to hide it in your floor plans for this presentation drawing. Okay? In presentation drawings, we can hide the grid line. We need to show the grid line in the technical drawings. That one is in your final assignment. So grid line, I have already hide it. Okay, we notice that there's a question, like a problem. Every time you do all the settings, let's say you hide the grid line or you adjust the shadows, you have to repeatedly do it on all views, right? Okay, let's say you did it on ground floor. Then you have to go to level 1 to repeat it. Then you have to go to section to repeat it, right? Okay, so is there a way to apply the visual styles or the graphic settings to every view? Question. Is there any way to apply, let's say you want a softer shadow, you want it to be realistic view. Is there a way to apply it to every views? Like elevation, plan, every view? The answer is yes. Okay. The answer is using view template here. Here you learn view template. Okay, so I can click view template. And here you can see some options, let's say architecture plan, and so on. Okay, so you can create your own view style. So let's say I click duplicate. So for example, you say presentation drawings. Then your name. Then you create your own style, then you can apply it to other view easily. Presentation drawing by Z. So here you can tell the scale. Okay. Display model. No. Detail level. It depends. You want to show it cost or what? Okay. Shadow. Shadow. Okay, I click edit. Okay, if you want to cast shadow and ambient shadow, I can select here. So now you are settings the so-called the template. Then later you can apply this template to every view. The sets of settings. Lighting. Okay, I want the shadow to be lighter, so I slide this lower. I say okay for these lightings. Model display. Currently it's hidden line. I want it to be, let's say, texture view and say smooth line. Okay, every view you set it as smooth line, then your line will be smoother, especially when those curved line or slanted line, you can see like this grid bubble here is a bit zigzaggy, right? Okay, so if you say smooth line, then it will looks better. I say okay, say okay. So now is at my view template here, you can see it's my presentation drawing YSZ. Okay, let's say I want the bubble to be height. So I can click the view template. I can go to the visibility graphics here, VV, VG, annotation. Okay, I can go to grid. I can untick this, then I say okay. Then I say apply. Then grid will be hidden in this view template settings. Okay, I think I will use the realistic view. I go to model display, realistic. Then I say okay. Then the photographics, I say manual, I make it brighter. Yeah. Okay, this is what we learned in, I think, week 5 for your assignment 1. Okay, but here one thing new is we made it at the view templates, so that we only have to do it once, and then later in your other plans and other sections you can apply this template. Okay, so I say okay. So assuming now I already satisfied with this. Okay, hold on, my bubble is still there. I want to off my bubble. I off my grids. Yeah. Okay. Let's say you have already satisfied with this graphic styles. Okay. Then I've done with my ground floor. I can go to my let's say level 1. Then I don't have to do the same thing again. I don't have to go to here, graphic display option, and adjust everything again. We just have to go to view template here, and here you go. Presentation drawing magic. You say okay, then it changed to the style that you've set just now. Okay, how about let's say your elevation view. Okay, maybe initially your elevation view is the black and white hidden line. Then you can click view template. Then you look for all view. Then you can try apply this presentation drawing, your name. Then it will apply the shadow settings, hiding the grid, or the command. Okay, let's say if inside of the view, let's say in elevation in section or elevation, maybe you don't want to use fully all the settings at your presentation drawing view template here. You can exclude them by untick it. Okay, because once you are using view template, once you have changed it here, okay, then at here it will be gray off. At your graphic display option here, it will be gray off. For example, in my section, let's say I use the view template. Okay, I select all, I select presentation drawing. So now it looks like this, but I want it to be black and white for my section. Okay. So I go to here to change cannot, it's gray off. It's gray off because view template already been applied. So in this case, you can select this view template, let's say the presentation drawing just now. Okay. And then you can exclude it. The model display, this one, you can exclude it. Okay, I say okay. So at here now you can set separately for this. Let's say this one I want it to be hidden line. Yeah. Okay. For sections, it's more recommended to make it black and white, hidden line. Okay, so in my case, I only do one view template for presentation drawings. For some of the drawing that want to have different settings, I will exclude them in that view. So this is about view template, new things. Okay, if you learn it, it can save you time. You no need to go to every view to do the same settings. You just have to do it once. Okay, explore with it, get familiar with it. Please label all your room using the room tag now in your plans and sections. I give you 10 minutes to practice it, the view template and the room tag, and then check all your drawings, make sure it's presentable, okay? Because later we're gonna drag it and place it in the AO size board. So now you check all your views first, all your elevation, sections, plans, and your perspective views. Yes. Uh, uh, level by level. Yeah, columns, you draw it from ground, connect all the way, extend it to the roof, or you draw it level by level. Okay. Better. Okay, both has pros and cons. Okay, but in this context, more advantageous to do it level by level, ground to level 1, then level 1 to level 2. Because later we will make the exploded diagrams. If you do it all the way up, the rabbit cannot slice it. Okay, so we do it level by level in this case. Okay, please scan our lecture QR this morning and sign your sitting attendance. Okay, done scanning. All right, now let's look at some of the example, okay, made by my students, your seniors. Okay, so you have okay, no worry, this is award-winning students. So you have these exploded diagrams, how to make this. Okay, if you look at the brief, this is a requirement, right? Okay, look at the assignment brief shared in the Telegram. Okay, look at another one. Okay, so how to make, yeah, so you can see this room 3D section. Okay, then you have your sectional perspective. Then you have your exploded view. Okay, so let's start with this. How to make a 3D section of one of the room, a room 3D section. Okay, so you pick your best room, best space that you feel the most satisfied, you feel like proud of it. Okay, and you make a diagram of this. So choose it in your project. Which space? Choose one space. Can be your living area, can be in your bedroom with the balcony, etc. Okay, so I go to my 3D view. Then you right click here and say right click your 3D view. Right click your 3D view and say duplicate view with detailing. Okay, then you right click again the new view. This is the view that I have duplicated and say rename to become room 3D section. Okay. You can name it, let's say you want to show the bedroom, you can say bedroom. Or you say living room. Then how? I will change the styles to shaded first. Okay. Okay, just now the view have some amend correction. Okay. I found an easier way. So you go to your floor plans. Let's say in this case, I'm feeling proud of my master bedroom. Okay. Then you can make a bracket. Let's say you select this part. Okay. Then you can click a button here. Under the modify tab, you can see there's a button called selection box. Selection box. So selection box will brings you to the 3D view of your selected part, and it is cropped to the part that you have selected. So I click this, then it will brings me to my 3D view, and you can see this. Okay, so I change it to, let's say, shaded view. Okay, then now I only duplicate view with detailing, and then I rename it 3D room 3D section. So bedroom, for example, I can be more specific, master bedroom 3D section. Okay, just now that one I can delete it. Okay, so now I can fine tune this. I can select the box. We call this the section box. Okay, selection box and section box is the same lah. Okay, so I select this. Then you can see the handle, the blue handle, the arrow here, where you can trim it. Okay, then you can pick the angle from this view cube here. See which angle is better. Yeah, I think the upper floor is even nicer with the facade and the greeneries. So I prefer to show the upper floor here. The gym room. So you pick a space that you find that the most presentable space. Okay, for example, something like this. So you pick the corner so that it will go to an isometrical view. Then you can adjust all the settings. You can try view template. I pick all view, then presentation drawing my exact and see what happened. Yeah, perhaps maybe it's better. If you don't want to apply view template, you can change it to none. Okay, then you can apply it separately here. Okay. So repeat, if you have applied view template, let's say here, then all the settings here will be gray off. So remember to pick smooth lines. It will make the line smoother, more presentable. Okay, the show ages, you can try based on the suitability. Let's say these students, he didn't show ages. That's why it looks very realistic. Okay, you can see no ages in the 3D diagrams. So it's based on this show ages. I adjust it to a height that it crop away the ceiling. Okay, like this better. Okay, so my 3D room section done. Next is my sectional perspective view. Okay, so this student choose the bathroom just now. So next is how to make sectional perspective view in Revit. So if you look at your brief that was shared with you, assignment 1B brief, all these requirements is mentioned here. There's a reminder here. Okay, one 3D room section, one exploded view, and one sectional perspective shall be included. Okay, together with 3 exterior and 3 interior perspective view. It's mentioned here also. Mentioned in the marking rubrics here. Okay, exploded, 3D room section, and sectional perspective. So next, let us learn how to make 3D room, 3D, how to make sectional perspective. How to make sectional perspective in Revit. So I go to my normal 3D view. Okay. So just now you have settled your room section already here. Okay. But your 3D, your default 3D view still have this section box. So for this, we can we delete it? Cannot. Okay. So we go to your properties of your view. You can untick the section box, untick this. Then it will not crop anything. Okay, it will not crop anything now. Okay, to make sectional perspective view, firstly, let us duplicate our 3D view. I right-click, say duplicate view with detailing. Then I rename it. Here we go. Then we rename it. And name it as sectional perspective. Okay, sectional perspective view. Then you go to the view cube here. There's a drop down button here, drop down arrow. You click this and say orient to view and say 3 sections. And then you pick which section you want to use. Okay, these are the section line that you have created earlier. So for example, if I want to go for section 1, then it will brings me to this angle. But do notice that now I'm still in my 3D views, okay? Sectional perspective views. I'm not at my section, but it tilt to an angle and crop to this. So the next step is change the projection mode to perspective. Okay, this is important. Otherwise, it doesn't look 3D, right? Doesn't look perspective. So I click this, say apply. Okay, here you go. You get a sectional perspective already. Okay, when you click the projection, when you change the projection mode to perspective, maybe if you off the position a bit, then no worry, you can click this to orient it back to the section view just now, and then zoom in. Then you can apply your, let's say, your view template. I say all, then this is the view template we set just now. Okay, let's say I'm not satisfied with this black part, is too much. Okay? I don't want it to be black. I want it to show the hatching of the soil, the earth. So I can click the view template all. Okay? I can exclude this, exclude the detail level. Just now was cause I exclude this in this perspective view. Then here now I can change it. Let's say to become fine. Then show this. Okay, clear? So we have done our sectional perspective, cutting across in overall. So sectional perspective show how the space interact vertically and also how it sits on the side. So it shall show some of the immediate side context, the adjacent context. So next is how to make exploded view. Okay, that can see each of your level, the layout of your level, right? Okay, maybe you can explode the facade as well, the envelope, the building facade. Okay, this is useful to show your layout or maybe your structure or your facade. Okay, so for this, we go to our default 3D view. Okay, I right click, I say same duplicate view. and duplicate. Okay, then you rename it as exploded view. Okay, exploded view. So how? Okay, we know that in SketchUp, if you're using other 3D software like SketchUp, you want to make an exploded view. How? You need to copy the model to a side and then move it, right? Okay, or you need to save it in different file. But in Revit, you don't have to do this. Okay, it's much more easier. You can use this. You don't need to copy the things. Okay? So how? Firstly, let us go to in the exploded view. You can select your building and on the section selection box. I repeat. Okay? You can select your building and just the building and click the selection box, similar like our room section just now. Then it will jump to here. Something like this. Okay. Or another way is similar, you get a similar effect. Is you go to the properties, you click the section box. Click this. Then you can see there's a big box here, we call the section box. Then you can crop it so that it shows a little bit of the topography, the landscapes, the site, but not too much. Okay, for example, something like this. The leveling line I don't need, so I can right click and say hide in view, category. Okay. So all elements that is under the grid category will be hide. I mean the level category. Okay, so I have this now. So in Revit, how to explode it? How to explode it? In Revit, we have a things called, we go to modify. Let's say we select the roof. Okay. In Revit, we have things called displacement, displace element. Okay. Yeah, so this is definitely made for you to explode your model. So I click this, I select the roof, I click displace element. Then now you can see there's a blue, there's a 3 arrows here. We select the blue if you want to make it to move vertically up. There you go. Okay. Now I want to select the okay, let's say this is belong to the roof. So how? I can pick the roof and click edit. Then I can say add. I can add this other roof that maybe you accidentally didn't select. I think I don't need this. So you can add your ceiling as well, together with your roof of the top level. So next is your, let's say my level 2. My level 2. So I tilt my camera angle by holding shift with my mouse button. So then I make a bracket selecting only my level 2 with the ceiling below it. Okay. Then I can click the view cube here, the corner again, to back to the angle just now. Now we can click the displaced element. Okay. So we can click the blue arrow and move them up all together. Okay, my entire level 2. And we do the same for the level 1 as well. So I turn my camera to almost an elevation angle so that I can only select the level 1 itself. Back to the corner using the view cube. Then we click displace element. Then the blue arrow. Okay, will this move your actual 3D model separately? The answer is no. Okay, if you're back to your normal 3D view, it still looks good. Okay, like if you go to your elevation, it still looks good. So the displaced element only affect on that one view only for your diagram making purpose. Okay, all your section elevation still looks good. So this is the brilliant part of it. Okay, once you have this, okay, you can displace your some of your facade as well. Okay. Let's say I try to select the louvers here. I use tab to specifically select it. I click tab key on my keyboard a few times. I try displace element. So I can further explode this. Okay, so you can explode vertically and horizontally as well. Okay, so what is next? Can we label the dash line? The answer is yes. Select this. Then click path. So this makes it further more presentable. Okay, even the horizontal path as well. Okay, then I press escape a few times. Once you have finished labeling it, And you can change the graphic style so that it's more presentable, more clear all the line. So I go to my view template to change to use presentation drawing and try. Yes, it's better now. Okay, no worry on the section box here. It will not be exported when you put it in the AO size paper. Okay? It will not be included automatically. If you see something like the ceilings, you can hide it. Those things that is blocking, you can hide it. Okay, lastly, you put in the text EX on the keyboard, then you label. This is level 2, level 1. Level 2. You label it accordingly. So it becomes something like this. Okay. Let's try it now. Okay, so we have done with the 3D diagrams to be included in your board. Okay, next I will show you how to make the mirror unit. Okay, so we know that this is your semi-D design, right? So you have your another half on the another side. Okay, directly attached. So how to make the another half? So these steps you do it almost at the last. Okay, before you arrange board. So assuming you have done all the design, you have put in all the roof, the facade, and so on, settled. So here is the almost near the ending stage. Okay, you make a bracket to select your building. Okay, no need the site, just the building. Then we're gonna group it and mirror it to the another side. So, but we don't want to accidentally select the unnecessary thing. For example, the grid, the leveling, and so on. We don't need it, and we don't need all the interior details for the another unit, because you will no need to show the details of the another unit. Even the plan, you don't need to show it. Okay, so you will show the another unit in your exterior perspective view and your site plan only from the top area. Okay, so basically the interior, you can keep it to the minimum. So I click filter, click filter. So here is the list of items you have selected, okay, the category of item. So at here, you deselect. We don't need the room separation. We don't need all the human figure, the entourage. We don't need the grids. We don't need the levels. We don't need all the furniture and lighting. This helps you to lighten up your file. Okay. Specialty equipment, I will off it. Okay. Specialty equipment most likely is the furniture and so on, cars. Generic model, I off it. Okay. So basically these few items, all the grid, room separation, all the levels, all the human figure, the generic model, entourage, specialty equipment. We don't need this. We want to lighten up the file. So we say OK. Then we can click mirror. Where's the mirror button? Here. Okay, but it's gray off now. Maybe let us try to group it first. Still also cannot group. Check the filter again. Okay, maybe it's because of the lines. Okay, the 2D or 3D lines, we off it also. Let us check what else we need to off it. I try to off the stairs and all the railings. Okay, off the planting, then okay already. Yeah. Probably it's because of too many things selected. So planting you can off also, optionally. So here now you can see a mirror button is on. Just now was gray off. That's why we click filter and try an arrow to deselect all the unnecessary thing. Okay. So I click mirror, pick exist. So this surface of my wall will be the axis or the center line. Okay. So I click this. Now it's mirroring. So it will take some time to load. Okay. There's some warning. You just say detach. Just follow the instruction. Here you go. You got another half. Then before you click anything, please group it first. Say create group. Create group. Okay, then you can name it as the mirror unit. So it will be easier to organize, to manage it. Let's say you want to hide it. Easily in one click, you can hide it. Okay, right click, hide and view. And no need to do the selection again. Okay, so now you got the full form of your design. Okay, in Revit, when you create group using this, okay, things that you then when you duplicate it, you duplicate the group. When you change the one of the element, the another one will follow also, just like your SketchUp component. Okay, so now you get a full form. It will be shown in your set plan and also your exterior perspective view. In your all the drawings elevation section, you will not need to show this unit. You only focus on the one unit that you did in the previous weeks. Okay. So now next step is adding sheets. It's time to put it in our A0 size paper. Okay, so how to create paper in Revit? So some students also use this to make organize their simple presentation board. Okay, so we can do it in Revit actually. Go to scroll down here at the project browser to the sheets. Okay, you can see there's sheets here. This is for your paper. So you right click, say new sheet. New sheet. Then look for A0 size metric. Do you saw this A0 metric? Yes. Okay. Do you got it on your device? A0 metric. You see, then you can say OK. Then you get an empty blank paper. Okay, do you get it? Okay, so maybe some of you didn't get it. So you go to Sheets, right-click New Sheet. If you cannot find an AO metric paper here, you click Load. Load. Okay, so you look for it in the UK folder under the category called Title Blocks. Title Blocks, and look for AO metric. Okay, you can see this is saved by myself. Okay, so you can learn how to save a blank paper for yourself. So look for this AO metric. Okay, I say override. So I have this AO metric standard. I say okay. Get something like this. Okay. Okay. Who saw all the wordings here in your template? Okay, wave your hand. Okay. You have loaded and you saw all the text here, right? So how to remove it? Okay, we want a blank paper. We want a blank paper. So if you load and you saw this, how to remove it? You select the paper and then you click Edit Family. Okay, then it brings you to another window. And here, you can make a bracket to select all the things except for the outermost edges. You need the outermost edges. Then you can click Delete. Then you leave only the outermost line. Okay, you can check the dimensions, whether is it the AO size dimensions. Supposedly it's 118, about 1189 to 841, plus minus. Okay. Then once you have done it, actually you can change the paper size here. Okay, you can change the paper size here if necessary. For example, okay, now it become AO size. Once you have done it, you can click Look into Project and close. Okay, click this. Then it asks you, do you want to save? So up to you. You can save it with a new name. For me, I don't want to save anymore. Then you get this blank paper. Okay, you can check the dimensions is at the properties here. 1188 by 840. Okay, please scan your tutorial QR now. Done. Okay, we want to make a title block like this, something like this. Okay, so how to draw the title block? On your bottom right corner, you can use the DL to draw the line. Okay, so I draw using a medium line. Then I draw a box, something like this size. Okay, then I use DL to draw a straight line. Something like this size. Okay, adjust it. Okay. Then you can draw it row by row. So every row you make it like 5 mm. And copy here. Something like this. Place it at the bottom. Copy this line. Then you use text. There is name. Then you can double click CC, then place in your name. For example, then you can select both and press CC to duplicate it. Okay, then you can replace it with the information of I will show the name, the ID, title, and date and check by who. 5 items. Student ID, and then you change it. Okay, and then you put a Utah logo there by using insert import image. You can look for the JPEG file, Utah logo. So you put this at the left bottom corner. Utah logo, you place it here. Okay, then how to add your drawings into it? For this, you can how to add your drawings into it. Okay, for this, you select the levels you want to draw, the drawings you want to include. Okay, you can select and then just drag and drop. Let's say for this exploded view, for example. Okay, I drag and drop it here. Okay, you can multiple select also. Let's say the master bed, the 3D room sections and the sectional perspective, I can select together and place it. Multiple select, drag and drop. Okay, so let's say if the sections or the drawings is too big, okay, let's say the elevation or section or plans, then you can select the drawing and double click it. Then you can change the, okay, hold on. Okay, if 3D view, if it is part of 3D view, you select the image, the drawing, how you can adjust the size. You can double click the drawing and then you go to click crop region visible. Okay, let's say if it is part of the 3D, this sectional perspective view, I click crop region visible. It's loading. Okay, you can see this is the crop region. Okay, crop region, we use it to crop temporarily the unwanted part that we don't want to show. Okay, once you have this crop region, then you can click the crop region and click size crop. Then I'm gonna scale it. Then you put it in a smaller number. Let's say 200. 150. I say scale. I say okay. Could it be smaller? Answer is yes. Okay. This is for 3D view. Okay. 3D view, you select the crop region, then you can see the size crop button here. This one. Okay. Make sure you enable the crop region and adjust it. Okay. So put in, after today's class, you can put in all your drawings into it. Okay. So that you got something like this. Okay. Arrange all your drawings into it. Okay. When is your submission? Next week, week 10, Wednesday. Okay. So for Monday group, you still have one more session before your submission. Okay. So next week, we will actually start the new topics. Okay, but we will cover some reminders for your submission. Okay. Next week we will start new topics for your technical drawings, your final part of your assignment. Okay, final assignment, not this assignment. Okay, so supposedly after today you can almost finish the things already. All right. So here's a reminders for some students who have, as I shared in the Telegram group, a few of you who have low attendance, very low. Those students, please consider to withdraw to avoid being barred earlier. Okay. Chao Kai-sheng, are you here? Li Wei Chong, if yes, okay. Wong Ren-xin and Shun Lei. Okay, and a few more I share in the Telegram group. If you are at 70 over percent, still okay. Maybe we have still 3 more weeks to go. You still can get the attendance to pass the 80%. Okay, but if you are 50 over or 60, then is even you attend all the upcoming weeks, you might also cannot pass the 80%, right? Okay, so this is just an earlier reminder. Okay, any question? If yes, please ask now. Ask now in the class, okay? Because when we end class, then we will leave the lab. Okay? No more questions. Any question now? You join on second week 2 on Friday. Okay. And you talk to FGO for this. Okay. So and let me know what's their response. Okay. Any more? Okay, everything clear? Okay. If that's all, so please study the brief and complete your AO size paper board. All right. So that's all for today's class. Thank you, everyone. Let's end the class with applause. Thank you. Yes. Unable.
Answer before, but I think that maybe there's some technical problem. It's just that technical.
Okay, hold on. Thank you. Go on. What's your name? You remind me again. Okay. Hold on.